Welcome back, everybody, to Mind, Body Healing Through the Arts. And we're very pleased today to welcome Allegra Themmen. You have two names, right?
I do.
What's your other name?
Ooh, Pigott.
Allegra Themmen.
We avoid that
Pigott.
one. We avoid the second
Allegra is actually a colleague of mine. She is a music therapist, and she is also a well-known opera singer. In fact, recently she sang the Star Spangled Banner at the opening Mets game here in New York. So that it really takes a lot of confidence to do that kind of work. So and Allegra currently runs the Heart Song Creative Arts Therapy Program in White Plains, where we have several of our students are interning there. And for many years, she's worked in mental health. She's worked in working with patients with psychiatric issues. She also has been a founder of an organization called Opera Jam, which works with opera singers, helping them to maximize their performance and to train them in very high level singing technique. So we're really, really lucky to have Allegra working with us today and helping us to overcome any blocks to our singing voices, and also for using the voice as a healing modality. So let's welcome Allegra Themmen Pigott.
Thank you. Well, I have to thank you for being here so I can talk about the thing that I love the most, which is combining music therapy and the voice to heal our hearts. So many people, is this on? So many people generally always say, well, I can't sing. In fact, somebody told me, well, I can't come to this workshop because I can't sing. Well, that's actually not true. All of us can sing. What stopped us from singing to begin with? We all started singing as babies. Ah! We all started singing, happy birthdays, row, row, row your boat, Old MacDonald. We all started singing. What stopped us from singing? That is what we're going to be looking at today, and how it is that we can all sing again. Because what I want to do is try and help all of us, or empower all of us, to get back to the point so we can all sing ourselves to heal ourselves, to heal our mind, our body, and our spirit. Because from doing this for as long as I have been doing this, seeing all of the doctors, seeing all the psychiatrists, seeing all the therapists, I can assure you that all of my patients, or most of my patients, I don't want to say all, it's a little broad, but all of my patients got as much out of the music therapy sessions learning how to sing or being with the voice as they did with any of the other therapies, and in fact, probably more. Oop. Now, I just want to share with you, this class is not a performance class. Louise specifically, although I do teach a performance class, Louise specifically wanted me to teach a class to incorporate the mind, body, and healing spirit. So this is a class talking about how to use the voice to heal ourselves. You do not have to be a singer to be in here. You do not have to have a great voice. You do not have to have any strong expectations about what your voice is. The only thing that I want you to do, and that I would encourage you to do, is to please think of your voice as something to heal you. Okay, so I see that everybody's all bundled up with their things, coming from the streets. So I encourage all of you to take your stuff and put them on the floor and get your bodies comfortable and take the pens down and the papers down and everything else. And I would really like to teach you, this is going to be a very interactive workshop. I want to share with you how it is that I warm up, and I warm up all of our patients, so we could do it all together, and so that you could do all of this at home. Everything that I'm going to share with you, I'm hoping that you could either do with your patients, your students, or do it for yourself. So everybody stand up if you can. And get a little closer together. There's too many spaces. There's too much spaces. Up a little. Okay. We're going to warm up. Some of this warm up you've probably done before, and some of it you haven't, but I wanted to share with you how you can warm up yourself physically. So most of us who have done any type of yoga, how many people have done yoga in this class? Okay, oh, whoa, big yoga people. Okay, well, that's good. Yoga is amazing for singing. Every singer should be doing yoga because it deals with the breath and your muscles in the same, and the posture in the same way. So, but the only difference is when you're singing, rather than breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, like many of the yoga people do, we breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Make sense? With me? Okay, so hands down, and breathe in. Then just follow my moves. I'm not going to be lecturing. I want you to participate as much as you can. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And the difference between doing this on our own or just doing yoga is we're always listening to our breath. But as singers, why don't you listen to the sound of what's coming out of your body? So breathe in. You don't have to look. If it really makes you feel better to just close your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and let out any sound that feels comfortable to you. Ah. Oh. So now we kind of know where we are right now. So breathe in through your nose and let it out again. Ah. You get a chance of figuring out where your throat is, where your mind is, and how you're feeling. It is representative. So I know some of you are in suits, but if you can, just as much as you can, raise your arms, because we're going to be stretching our bodies and our muscles as much as you can. Take your pointy finger, clasp your arms, and take your pointy finger, breathe in through your nose, and reach your finger up to the ceiling. So breathe in and move to the right. And when you move to the right, you can exhale and also make a sound, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Go back up as you inhale. And the left side. Our voices always start in different places, so it's always good to do this to know where we're going. You can now do the same thing and go back. Breathe in. And go back. That hurts. And that feels good after a long day, right? So breathe in through your nose and go back down to your feet. Let it all out. Now the yogis always say, and open your throat and all that stuff. But the singers, we're doing the same thing. It is the same thing, okay? The next thing I want to just show you is how to use your diaphragm. When we're always singing with yoga, and they say hold your stomach in, right? The yoga people, hold your stomach in, breathe, and hold your stomach in, correct? Yes? Yes, okay. So with the singing, what you're doing is you're pumping your diaphragm. If you can just push it in, so breathe, and let out a shh. Very good. And let it all out. That's something they do in Bikram yoga. I mean, that's most of the yoga that I always do. But I think it's perfect for working the diaphragm. Now you can do the same thing by using, on your shh, use a sound. Use a sound. So breathe in through your nose. Do we feel our diaphragms working? You feel it? Now do the same thing. This time I want you to think about opening up your ribs, and we're going to go up a half a note. Breathe. Broaden your ribs and do the same thing. Smile. Bravo! Everybody did a great job. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to warm up our chords. So we're just going to, our chords look like this. Everybody see our chords look like this. If we do not warm up our chords, and most music therapists that I know are not, oftentimes they're not warming up their chords, right? Our chords do this. And this is what causes nodes and exhaustion and fatigue. And if you're going to be working in any of the music using your voice a lot, it is important to even just warm up a little bit to make sure that your breath is in contact with your diaphragm, which is in contact to your chords, so your voice can do this. Your vocal cords can do this. Your vocal cords are really only this big. They're really only this big. So we have to treat them with great care because they can get damaged very easily. Does that resonate with people? Yes, singers? How many singers? Opera singers. I heard an opera singer over there. Okay. So to resonate with people. So what I'd like to do is just warm up on 5 little notes, and you can go an octave up, an octave down, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. This is not okay, who can sing the loudest, who can sing the highest, who can sing. No, this is just about warming up your chords and whatever makes you feel comfortable. So breathe in through your nose, and I'm just going to start E or E. And as you do that, breathe in, hold your diaphragm in, ribs out. E, E, E. Breathe out. Give yourself a rest. Breathe in again. Ribs out, diaphragm in. E. Ribs out. Let it out. Breathe in. Ah. Open your mouth. Ah. 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 You can do that all day. You open up your mouth and you use your breath with your mouth open and your diaphragm in, and you're pumping that that thing. Ah. You can do that all day. You can go up as high as you want or as low as you want. The key to singing is not to hurt yourself. So the minute you see, so it's not about going up to your highest note. It's just all about feeling free with your voice and feeling comfortable and feeling good because you are using your voice to heal. Okay. So, now I would like to, this sounds like a fabulous group. I'm so excited to teach for this workshop because it seems like all of you are willing and wonderful and going to participate. So I'm going to share with you some of the techniques that I've learned. Another technique that we have learned is to say our names, and then we're going to sing our names. So I'm going to throw the balls to get to know everybody because that's just as important to me to have you here and to know who you are as it is for you to see me. So. So say your name.
Celeste.
Celeste. Hi, Celeste.
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Audrey. Nathaniel. God. Oops.
He's saying it, but it's not good.
Let's do overhead. Woo!
All right.
Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
All
Ah!
right. Robert.
Hi, Robert. Okay, where's the quarterback around here?
Eli.
Eli!
What was that? Oh, yeah.
I know. 1, 2, 3, hop. Okay.
Wait, did you? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sorry.
Wait, can we scratch that out of the video? No, just kidding. Yeah, that's a good idea. You're right. That's a good idea.
Cats.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't either. Rose.
Susie.
Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas.
Leanne.
Hi, Leanne.
Yurik.
Nurit. Beautiful.
Hi, my name is Adrienne.
Hi. Thank you very much, Adrienne.
Robin.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Barbara. Louise.
David.
David.
Holly.
Holly. Rosa. Oh. Emily. So I can see some people have started. So our next project, we're just going to use our voice. Feel free if you want to. You don't have to. So I'll start. Allegra.
do it again. Singing?
Voice.
Okay.
Yep.
And the leaf. Rosa.
Rosa.
Holly.
David.
Robin.
Robin.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Mary.
Night.
Leanne.
And you can sing with me as I'm singing them. You can sing with me, okay?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Susie.
Susie.
Rose.
Rose.
Cat.
Whoa, got my bass out there.
Sarah.
Sarah. Elif.
Robert.
Robert.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Elasa.
Lassa.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Beautiful.
Audrey.
Audrey.
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Celeste. So, that was lovely. Good job. Give yourselves a hand. Now, some people have always told me, you shouldn't clap your hands when you're doing, therapy, because therapy is, we should just feel our happiness. But I believe that that's actually not true, and I do this the same thing when I work with special needs kids. I believe clapping is something that people retain. It makes them happy. It's something they feel good about, and I don't find anything wrong with it. What do you think? All right, yay. It's a concept that people believe it. Ooh, we got our one more thing. Okay. We're going to do the spirituality one. This is our warm-up with spirituality. Okay, so breathe in through your nose again. And what I want you to do is we usually do the guiding lights things. We're going to do the guiding light with our voices. So breathe. If you can close your eyes, this is probably a good time to do this. Just close your eyes and breathe in through your nose. And imagine a beautiful light that's going to warm you, and go in through your head. And let out any of the black smoke with your voice if you want to. So breathe in through your nose. Allowing that warm light to envelop your head. Moving down your arms. Moving that light to bring to your chest, open your chest up, and let go of anything you need to with your voice. Allowing that light to go down your legs, down your toes as you breathe in. Allow that light to reach between your eyes, your third eye, and give a voice to that third eye. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. And gosh, I feel so much calmer listening to you than I did when I walked into the room. So that is why we do the warm-ups. And as you can tell, it has somehow brought us together. I can see more smiling faces. I see relaxed eyes. It's all good. So as I said before, we're going to try and combine working with our minds along working with our voice. So I'm going to share with you a few of the traditional therapies that you may have learned in your own classes or at other places in your life. We're just going to use these traditional therapies as concepts for you to be thinking about. Oftentimes people say, well, what is music therapy? What is creative arts therapy? What is this? And I always like to find a way to connect it to something else and for most people to grasp. Does that make sense? Yep. Okay. You guys can sit now if you want. Thank you. Okay. So we're going some of the traditional therapies we're going to look at is the breakout principle, Benson, rational emotive behavioral therapy or cognitive therapy, solution-focused therapy, object relations therapy, positive psychology, and stress management as a whole. Rational emotive behavioral therapy, Albert Ellis. Okay. And we're going to combine it with music. So we're going to look at some fixed songs, in other words, songs that have already been written. And then we're going to look at some melodies, and we're going to look at some improvisation. Sound good? Okay. Oops. Okay. So the breakout principle is a book that I was studying by Herbert Benson. He's from Harvard. And basically what he's saying is we need something to stop our negative concepts, our negative thinking, the things that depress us, the things that upset us, the things that makes us feel terrible. We need to find something to stop that. So he came out with, in order to think better, to feel better, to act better, to be productive in our jobs, to feel good about ourselves spiritually. And his idea was not just the changing, negative thought process to positive thought process. He thought that it was a really good idea to do things like exercise, like yoga, like singing, like reading, like all of these other wonderful things. He believes that if you walk and do something that is outside of your brain, that you will stop those negative thought patterns. You need to find something that's going to sever it. Make sense? Make sense, Louise? Okay. So, as a music therapist, I, of course, want to invite the voice. So everybody stand up, put your pencils down. Up, down, up, down. This is going to be a class of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, one song that I like to sing when I am feeling down, it is not one of these depressing songs about how terrible I feel to find my ISO principle. No, I'm not doing the ISO principle things, because sometimes if you do the ISO principle thing, although I believe in it and I acknowledge it and I feel for it, sometimes it could dig you into a much deeper hole than you started with, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so sometimes when I'm feeling down, I want to use this principle, and especially works very well with people with depression, seriously, very well with deep, deep depression. So if you can join me in singing, do, 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 everybody. Do, 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 do. Sounds good, a little louder. Do, 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 do. Now we're going to do it while we're jumping. You can jump around if you want. Make it move. Let's go. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Woo! Let it out. Got it. Last time. So, I have no more anxiety about this lecture because it feels great. It feels great to do that. So, did it feel good? Yeah. It feel good? Do you see why this would work? Yeah. Okay. All right. We can go back down now. Down, up, down, up. We're in church. I'm just kidding. We're in church. We're in church. Okay. Somebody said, don't look at the back like that. I'm sorry. This is a rational emotive behavioral therapy or cognitive therapy. We're not going through the whole thing. Does everybody aware of what cognitive therapy is, or rational emotive behavioral therapy? Okay. Basically, their belief is that if you have negative thinking, like I can't stand myself, I can't sing, I'm a terrible person, I'm fat, I'm old, I'm, all of these terrible, I'm a crummy mother, whatever it is that we tell ourselves all the time, that if we use that, if we change it to something like, maybe I'm not the best, but I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm good enough, I feel good enough about this, or I'm not going to think about it, basically. In fact, Louise talks about it in her performance wellness book. She calls it cognitive restructuring. There you go, cognitive restructuring, which is a great thing for people, because so many people, once you have one negative thought, it leads to another negative thought, which leads to another negative thought, which leads to another negative thought, and then we all feel terrible, because it emotionally makes us feel terrible, and then we can't get out of bed, right? That's his concept, right? We've all been there, I am sure, right? We've all been there at one point or another. So one of the problems with cognitive therapy, or rational emotive behavioral therapy, in my mind is, yes, you can get to a positive thought, but how fast can it really change your emotions? I believe that singing adds a layer to it, and makes things deeper and better if you use the singing with it. So I'll just give you an example. If you are really miserable and you sing a miserable song, what happens? You feel more miserable, right? I mean, that's just like the easiest way to say it. But if you're feeling miserable and you can somehow change it with the music to something more positive, ultimately you'll probably feel better, right? So in music, we have lots of wonderful tools to help us do this. We have minor chords. Oh, I can sing. Oh, I can sing. Help me out. Oh, I can sing. Whoa. It's like, oh, I have to do that all day. So, if you're feeling miserable, somehow, if you suddenly put a major chord with it, suddenly it's pretty hard to be saying, I can't sing it. You can't say it with this chord. I mean, try and say I can't sing with this chord. It just really doesn't work, does it? So you got to start singing like I can sing. I can sing. Sing it. I can sing. I can sing. I can sing. I am singing. I can sing. You get it? Music almost forces you to feel better when the words can't necessarily do it. Does that make sense? It forces you. So if you can help your patients or your friends or yourself use music to change your thinking or your negative thinking, you will feel better. There is no question. If you put on music in your car and you're feeling horrible and you put on a happy song, what happens? You feel better. So I'm just incorporating this and using a traditional verbal therapy and saying, we should utilize this in therapy. This is powerful stuff, right? Make sense? Okay. All right. So also, I was saying, oftentimes when we do this music slows down your negative thinking. So oftentimes if we say, I can't sing, I'm so terrible, why do I even bother? It's like we go about like all these negative things. What the music does is it slows down that negative thinking into something positive. It slows it down. Music tempers our heartbeats. That is good for the as a principle. It does. It connects to our heartbeat. It connects to our body rhythm. It connects to our nervous system. It connects to everything, and it helps us be able to change these things with the music. That's the concept that I wanted to share with you. And the other thing about cognitive therapy is, or rational emotive behavior therapy, if you combine it with improvised song, like we just kind of did, I can't say, that's kind of what they call improvised song. If you do that, you can write songs about this. And then if you write songs about this, things about feeling good, you could use that as a tool, like a drug. I'm feeling terrible. Okay, what do? I'm going to remember that song I sang about, feeling great, and this is why, and my life is wonderful, and this is why, and I've got my grateful list. And you could write a grateful list and write a song about it, and guess what? You're going to remember it because it has music connected to it, right? Because music is something that we remember. Make sense? So you see how we could use this as tools? Isn't this exciting? Yeah. So exciting! So that's cognitive therapy. They're rational emotive behavioral therapy. Rational cognitive therapy, they both kind of worked hand in hand. Okay, so Shazer and Berg were these two people married, believe it or not. I don't know why they don't use the same name, but whatever. They're married. And they're using something called solution-focused therapy. All of this is on your slides. You don't have to read on your handout. You don't actually have to read this, but I want you to think about the concept. The concept is, why are you thinking about your problems all the time? Why are you thinking about, so many therapists dig into your past. Tell me about the abuse. Tell me about, your horrible relationship. Tell me about your children. Tell me about this. Tell me about yada, yada, yada. And talking about your problems all the time as if talking about your problems is going to somehow make you feel better. Well, yes, it does. Trauma therapy, all these other therapies, it does make you feel better. But it doesn't make you feel better forever. So what they came out with, they said, for people who have been regurgitating all of the negative stuff for so long, we need to find something else that's going to make us feel better now. And so we can feel good about ourselves, so we can have hope, so we can have potential, so we can realize that there are gifts in the world rather than just talking about how freaking miserable we were and how terribly we were treated as children. Right? Okay. So they came out with this therapy. It is a brief therapy, which means what they do is they want to get to the point. They want to talk about what's happening right now, and they want to talk about the future. So they said, you know what? We're going to make all of these miracle questions, and we're going to say to you, guess what? Boom. You had a dream. You had a dream, and you woke up, and you actually found out that you don't have any more problems. You have no more problems. Absolutely none. I know. Isn't it great? Hot dog. I have absolutely no problems. And look, you're smiling. And look at you. You're smiling. And, what can you do now that you don't have any problems? So, what do I do with that information? I put it in the music. So what I did is I'm telling my patients or patients at the hospital, or I even tell my family members, leave me alone, all your problems are gone. I go, I put something very kind of like bubbly and rhythmic, because rhythm kind of makes you a little happier and feeling a little better. And I go, all my problems are gone, and I'm
Happy.
All my problems are gone, and I
Feel free.
feel free. All my problems are gone, and
I feel joyful.
I feel joyful. All my problems are gone, and
Floating on a cloud.
floating on a cloud. And then you can think about potentials in your life, like, okay, all my problems are gone. That means I'm going to run the marathon. I swear to God, this year I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I am. I keep saying that. Okay. All my problems are gone and
I can finally sleep.
woo, sleep. Ooh, I can do that too. All my problems are gone and
I am grateful.
I can be grateful for all that I have. You get it? You see potential? You see the gifts? You see it? Oh, all my problems are gone and all my problems. You gotta finish it. Bug on and I'm happy. Let's pick up Louise. All my problems are gone and
I know I am loved.
I am loved. Wow. 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 That's amazing. Wow. Wow. All my problems are gone and
I'm gonna sing all day long.
woo, I'm gonna sing all day long. Everyone, I'm gonna sing all day long. You ready? All my problems. All my problems are gone. And I'm gonna sing all day long. And I'm gonna sing all day long. All my problems are gone. And I'm gonna sing all day long. I'm gonna sing all last time day long. I'm gonna kill this thing. Oops. Okay. All right. So you get the concepts. You get the honest. You take ownership for what you're doing. You feel good. You say, you know what? I'm not going to let this other person ruin my day. I'm not going to let this other thing ruin my day. I'm going to feel good. I want to feel good. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to think about the things that are not my problems, so at least I can have some time to myself without thinking about everything else. Right? Right. That's a concept. You want to dig deeper into this? There's millions of books. I can talk to you afterwards about it. I highly encourage this therapy. I find it to be highly effective. I do. Why are you laughing?
You do it well.
Okay. All right. So, okay, object relations therapy. Don't get too crazy. We're not going too deep into the psycho-fantasy infrastructure of our, brains. But what we are doing is we're looking at our relationships. Why? As I said before, we're looking at our relationships to our voice. We're looking at our relationships to ourselves. We're looking at our relationships to the people that we care about. And what we do with the music is we identify ourselves as one of those things. And suddenly, if we use the music, it becomes a lot clearer to what that feels like. So we don't have a lot of time here, so I'm just going to kind of demonstrate. I'm going to a little demonstrate. And how much time do we have? What time is it, Louise?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to demonstrate about how someone would act like this. So I'll just pretend. Do I have a volunteer? Anybody want to help me? Yay. Excellent. And tell me your name again.
Leanne.
Leanne. Leanne. Okay. So we are going to choose. We're going to look at the dynamics of those squares. You see the self, the music, the people, and the voice? Okay. So I am going to be the music. And what would you like to be?
People.
The people. You want to be, okay, so we're going to do the music and the people. And you are, and what I'm going to do is sing, because I'm the music, and you're going to sing about being the people as if you were the person. Okay? The person that somebody's singing to, or just people in your life in general. So people in your life that, you may have positive feelings towards, negative feelings towards, whatever. You have to decide what, or as a whole, as this whole society, maybe you're angry at the, whoever, whatever it is. Identify yourself as that person. And I'm going to try and match it with the music. Okay? So I'm going to I am here to help you. I am here to be with you. I am your friend. I am your friend. And now you can be the people. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Singing?
Yep.
What do you make for the night? Is that a me or out of key?
Ready? Key you up. I am your friend. I am your friend. I am the people. I know different than you. I am the people. I like to sing with you. I like to sing with you too. Very good. I wish you did a good job. Woo-hoo! All right, and I'm going to do the voice, and someone else can like to be the self. Anybody else like to be a self? Be the self.
Himself or somebody else's self?
Yourself. You're going to be yourself.
Yourself.
You're going to be the self, and I'm going to be the voice. Okay? So you start because
Should I use
you
this?
are the self.
I start.
Mhm.
I am yourself. I am yourself. I am illusion.
I hear you. I feel you. I am you.
I am myself. I am myself. I am
I feel your beauty inside. I am you. I need to get up. I need to get out. I feel you. I am you. I love you too. I am you. I am you. So you can explore these relationships. You don't have to do it with somebody else. You can do it as yourself. You can say, okay, I'm music today. And, like I started discovering this because everybody says, well, I can't sing, or I'm a terrible singer, or even me, who's been singing for over 25 years, say that I can't sing all the time. I've been singing professionally for over 25 years, and I still say it to myself. Oh, that note wasn't right. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Ooh, why didn't you get to that? I'll be like, and I'll be like, that didn't sound right. Why doesn't it sound like Maria Callas? And so therefore, I can't sing. I do this all the time. So I have to look at my relationship with my voice and say what? You know what? This is not about me being negative about my voice. This is about me healing my voice and also singing to other people. This is about me giving the gift that, whatever it is, whoever gave it to me, God, the trees, or whatever you believe in. But whatever it is, I have to look at that and say, you know what, this relationship that I have with my voice is not healthy. It is not healthy for me. It is not healthy for anybody else. So therefore, I have to look at it and become aware of it and explore it. And the more that I can do that, the more I can feel good about it. And the more that I can feel good about it, the more that I have no problem singing in front of you guys. I have no problem. In fact, I'm thrilled to be singing in front of you guys. Why? Because I don't hear you criticizing me. I hear you wanting to understand what it is I'm trying to say through my voice. That's a much healthier way of looking at things, don't you think? Okay, I'm here to express the music. I'm not here to tell you about how it is I criticize my voice all the time. So if people can do that in general, people would sing more. People would feel good about singing more. We did as kids. Did we have problems with singing when we were kids? No. So that's my thought on that. So thank you very much, you guys, for helping do that. And so I highly encourage you to continue doing that on your own. Or to do with your patients. Okay, positive psychology. Ooh, now we get to all have fun. Everybody stand up again. This is the fun part. This is positive psychology. This is something that Mark Seligman out of UPenn, that's one of these places, talks about. He says, you know what? Arms down, guys. He always talks about, he says that, you know what, stop with the negative thinking, stop with the negative pushing. What we need to be doing is thinking about the playing and having fun and loving and sharing and being positive for all the things that we do have. Now, it's not that much different from the other people, but it's just it's another type of framework. And he talked about something called the flow. And the flow is when we are doing something that's so wonderful that we're not actually thinking about anything else. It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody can describe an experience like that where they're running or they're exercising or they're having a conversation that's so intense with somebody they don't see the time go by, or give me another example. They're at a dance club and they're dancing so much, they're having such a great time that they don't see the time go by, or all of these things. Well, with music can do this too. Music does this better than anything. When we're listening to music, we can do it listening to music, and the time will go by, right? Unless we're listening to one of those depressing songs. That's not okay. But or we can do it by singing, and the time goes by. And one of the most wonderful things about singing is something that we can all do together. And if we can all do it together, suddenly we're all holding each other and containing each other in such a way that we're not actually thinking about all the terrible things that we could be thinking about, like the traffic we're going to hit when we go home, and the bills that I haven't paid yet, and the homework I have to do, and the 60 reports I have to fix for Heart Song tomorrow. But all those things, we can just think about being in the moment. So he calls that the flow. So if we can find ways to create flow in our life, then we will be happier and healthier, and we will remember these moments of goodness rather than loss and misery all the time. Make sense? Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 6, I want 4 lines, so it'd be 6 each. So 2, nope, stand straight. We're going to make a box. 2, 4, 6, box, other box. Good. You don't mind if I touch you, do you?
Not at all.
Okay.
But then you'll have
2. How are we doing on time, Luis? 2. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. Okay. Very good. Oh, God, you are so good. You are so good. 2, 4. Look how beautiful that is. It's amazing. Okay. I'm going to do something that I learned. This is a Bobby McFerrin technique. Believe it or not, Bobby McFerrin is doing music therapy all over the world, although he has no idea he's doing it. He has no idea he's doing it, but he is really bringing a lot of people together and getting a lot of people to sing and giving a lot of people a lot of wonderful, joyful experiences. And to him, he's just teaching people how to do an improvisation. But what he doesn't realize is he's doing the flow. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a little riff, and then this group is going to do the riff, and you're going to continue singing the riff, and then I'm going to give this group a riff, and you're going to continue singing the riff, and I'm going to give this group a riff, and you're going to continue singing the riff. We're going to give this group a riff. So then we're going to all be singing together. So when I start to give the next group the riff, you guys continue with your riff. You guys continue with your riff. You continue with your riff. You got it? So this is all improvisation. This is totally improvisation. This is totally something all of us could do. All of us could do. I'm hearing all these wonderful voices in this room, and I'm feeling and I'm hearing that all of us could do this. This is actually a lot easier than it looks. And if you want to bring people together at a party, or you want to bring people together in a therapy session, or you want to bring people together in an educational setting, whatever it is for you, what? Okay, you're talking. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, teacher. Okay. Someone slap it. Anybody have any rulers around here? Okay, so it's much easier than it is. So I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to invite someone else to do it if they would like to. Okay? Okay, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Or others.
Two people can do it if they want
One
to.
person.
Okay.
Somebody.
Okay.
Try it. It's easy.
Would anybody like to try it?
Just
It's
listen.
very easy. Just listen to the voices. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Excellente. That was fun. Okay. Okay. All right. So the last, Susan Hanser, I believe she's spoken here at the New School. She's from the Berklee College of Music, and she's been doing a lot of work with mind, body, and spirit recently. And in fact, I think she's opening up a institution at some point. But she's very scientific. This woman has written more books. I can't even count them all, and has edited more books. And she's really a phenomenal person, and I highly encourage you look at some of her works if you can. But she talks about the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, that if you use music to look at these two things, parasympathetic meaning, really hyper, and the other one is being really low. These are things that are happening in our bodies. If you use music, it can balance these things. So I just wanted to share that there's a lot of research on doing this. And one of the things that I use always with my patients and people in general to release stress is to sing out as loud as they can. A lot of people, they just can't, get their sadness or whatever out of their systems, or their stress out of their systems. And there's a lot of, scream therapy and all this other kind of stuff that's happening. But if you can actually sing, it does the same thing. And not only that, you can change it to something else, more beautiful or something different. So, as the exercise says on the bottom, day-o. How much time do we have?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, okay, good.
Actually, like 15, but we'll have time for questions too.
Okay. So,
Music.
you ready?
Yes.
Oop, I'm not ready. But you are. You're doing this to balance your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Woo! You ready? Daylight come and they want to go home. Part, because that works the best, don't you think? Let's it out.
Drinking rum, do you?
What?
You don't want to sing about drinking the rum.
No, yes I do. I definitely want to think about drinking the rum. But right now we're thinking about the day. All right, so we can go day, we can go up a note higher. Day or day, boy day. Just kidding. Okay. Day, oh. You get it? Do you feel the power of the voice? Do you feel the power of the energies coming out of your body, the stress coming out of your body? Now, isn't that more fun than just screaming? Yes. Come on. Is it more fun than screaming? Yes. Right? If you're doing it in your house, is it more accepted than screaming? Okay? No. My kids are not doing their homework. Oh no! Day! I'm just kidding. So it is definitely a more acceptable thing to do. It doesn't hurt people. You scream at people, it hurts them. They don't hear what you're saying when you're screaming at them. If you are singing to them, and then they can join with you, you can get all that tension out, all that anxiety out, all that anger out, and you're not hurting anybody in the process. In fact, it suddenly becomes a fun and positive experience. Right? Okay, because everybody can go, day, even if they, whatever. The fact that they can use that to release the endorphins, to release the stress in their bodies, is only a healing thing and a good thing. Okay. The body. Remember that mind, body, spirit. Singing looks at, you don't have to read that. Basically, in order to sing, it helps your body, as I was talking about before when we were doing our warm-ups. If you straighten, it gives you good posture to sing. It helps you use your breath, and the minute you can get oxygen into your blood and into your muscles, it releases stress. Yes? Okay. So it does all of those things. Also, if you can exercise while you're singing, exercising is significantly more fun when you're singing, right? And a lot of people say, well, I don't like exercising. Well, if they sing while they're exercising, it suddenly becomes a lot more fun. So I encourage you guys to do that. Also, if you sing long tones, like we were doing before with the spiritual part of things, we were doing that earlier with our spiritual warm-up. If you could sing long tones, why don't we stand up for one more time? What we're doing is expanding our breath. And we sing a long tone, and we hold our stomachs in. While we're singing, almost as making the breath go from your stomach through your back, right? The breath through your stomach. That will strengthen your abdomen. Okay? So let's try it. Stand up straight. Put your weight on the back of your heels. Okay? Breathe in through your nose. Pick a note. Strengthen your muscles. So that is how it affects the body. The other thing that it does is it releases endorphins, which we need to do in our body. Also, if you do it with yoga and spinning and Pilates and all that other kind of stuff, it's fantastic. It makes you run farther. I tried to run the other day without any music and without singing, and I could barely get a mile. Suddenly, I put the music on, and I ran another 6 miles. Yeah, it's, Okay, so spirituality, Christianity, Judaism, how many, this is not a religious class, but a lot of us who started out, go ahead, sit down again. A lot of us who started out with religions when we were younger decided in some way, shape, or form that it necessarily wasn't for us. We weren't feeling it. We weren't getting it. We were feeling forced to do things we didn't want to do. I don't know where everybody's view is today, but some of the difficulty with the religions is that it was they were regurgitating things over and over again that suddenly had no meaning to us. Does that make sense? Okay. So one of the things that people do remember, though, often, and they enjoy often, is when they were participating in the music in all of these different places like church or temple or wherever it is. So I encourage everybody to sing long tones to get to their spirituality, singing love, peace, or let go to connect to their spirituality. I think we've done that like enough at this point to believe that it works. Let's do one more, love. Breathe in, you don't have to stand up. Beautiful. So we feel that? Do we feel that? Okay. So you can do that with any word, anything that you need, anything that you want, anything that you feel. You can do that. This is a chant that we can sing. That is a healing chant. We are gentle, loving people, and we are singing for our lives. We are gentle, loving people, and we are singing for our lives. So we can sort of heal ourselves spiritually like that. So sometimes what I do with people is I say, rather than saying we are gentle, loving people, we are, what is it that you want to sing about today? So we are kind and joyful, or we are what?
Honest.
Honest and caring. So everybody, honest and caring. We are honest and caring people. And we are singing, singing for our lives. We are honest and caring people. And we are singing, singing for our lives. We are grateful and what? Wise. Grateful and wise. We are grateful and wise. And we are singing, thank you, singing for our lives. We are grateful and wise. And we are singing, singing for our lives. So that's more of a spiritual song, something that we can get in touch of our hearts with. It's not about singing to perform in somebody to somebody. It's something that we can hopefully heal with and feel in our own hearts. Do you feel it in your heart? Okay. So there are a lot of songs like that out there that I encourage you to sing about whenever you're feeling like you want to. Okay. Now, anybody familiar with this prayer? Corinthians? Okay. When is the last time you actually sort of read it and felt it? At your wedding. How many years ago was that? Almost 10. Okay, it's a beautiful poem. When I started singing this poem myself, I mean, I had been hearing it for years, and when I actually started singing it, it became a different thing. In fact, not only is it a different thing, it's a different thing every time I sing it. Because every word means something different when I add the voice. So, let's hear what it sounds like today. I'll sing a line, and then maybe we can have somebody else sing another line, and another line, and another line, and another line. How much time we have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, hot dog.
Q&A.
Okay. So I'm improvising. I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth, but this is how I'm feeling about this particular line today. Okay? Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous of boastful.
Love is not jealous or boastful.
It's not arrogant or rude.
Love does not insist on its own way.
It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right.
So did it feel differently than when we've been saying this poem over the years? Did it feel different to you? Did it mean something different to you when you heard other people's expression of it? I highly encourage everybody, when they look at things and it suddenly doesn't have meaning to them like it used to, if you add your voice, you will have a different sense of its meaning. This is another spiritual song. I'll just sing it quickly. It's all right. It's okay. Pretty? It's all right. It's okay. add another word like, this house may fall, or I'm so strong, I'm there for you. I'm so strong. You get the idea? You can add your own words. Because it's all right, it's okay. So like if somebody is, I don't know if anybody works in hospice here, you sing this song to somebody in hospice, or somebody who's dying, or somebody who's unhealthy, or somebody who's sad. It gives them an opportunity to say, you know what, you don't have to tell me everything that you're feeling. And I don't have to tell you everything that I'm feeling about how horrible it is that this is happening. But it does give you a sense of connection, and it gives you a sense of spirit, and it gives you a sense of, you know what, I'm going to take this moment and feel for you and enjoy it without hurting you or being too invasive or asking you too many questions that you don't want to listen to and all of these other type of things. Or you can do it with your family, you know, or with your friends, with your kids, whatever it is that you want to do it in. It's just a lovely, lovely song to sing that basically works at any time, place. And it doesn't really need a guitar. But I encourage you not to go as high as I did. That was a mistake. It's all right. It's okay. That kind of thing. Okay? I know we've got 2 minutes. All right. We're at our conclusion. Yay! So basically adding music to traditional verbal therapies, it's all on your paper, allows things to, in a deeper way. If you're doing it during physical activities, chances are they're going to be stronger and better, and you're going to be more in touch with your body. I encourage you to use it as a way to relieve your stress. It changes the endorphins in your brain, it changes your mind, it changes your thinking. And it also and I encourage you to use it to have a spiritual connection to yourself and also a spiritual connection with other people. So if anybody has any questions, and by the way, all of this is really like a 5-hour course, or really a 5-day course, or 5-semester course, whatever it needs to be. But I know I gave you a lot of information, but I wanted to give you the seeds that you can have so you would have the motivation and the enthusiasm to use music in this way as to heal your mind, body, and hearts. So I hope it was effective, I hope it was useful, and I hope that you can utilize all of this in your own life. And if you ever need to get in touch with me, there's my email, there's my phone number. Feel free to call me at any time. Thank you.
And let's have some questions. Anybody have questions in terms of the clinical work that Allegra does, or she actually works with autistic children now and children with special needs with music therapy.
My teacher is, I am a music teacher with preschool children. I work with typically developing children, and I also work with Westchester Arts with children on the autism spectrum, and very, very interested in music therapy and all its benefits. But my question to you is this. Oh, thank you. My question to you is this. Am I correct in thinking that in order to work in a place such as Heart Song, that you need to be a certified, licensed music therapist, or just having life experience, can you come in on some sort of entry level?
Okay. Well, we have a lead therapist, an assistant therapist, and we have volunteers, and we have interns. So as Louisa said, we have a lot of interns from the new school that come to Heart Song, and obviously they're not licensed or certified, and they work with the kids. We have assistant therapists who are graduated from this program, who are certified music therapists, and they could be assistant music therapists. And then we also have lead therapists who have masters of arts and creative therapies, and then they have to have what they call a board certified music therapy board certification. And in the state of New York, they have to have an LCAT as well. But a lot of our lead therapists don't have the LCAT, they just have the MTBC, the lead therapist. But you can be there as an assistant therapist and have, like, for example, if you wanted to work as an assistant therapist because you actually teach music, we may have you come in and you can learn. You're there to assist the leader. And you could learn a lot of the same concepts if you're interested in doing something like that on Saturdays.
Absolutely.
From 8
Absolutely.
until 4, yeah. So it's something, that almost anybody can do. And then if you're just interested and you want to learn about music therapy, you can come in and volunteer. And we have a lot of volunteers, and generally our volunteers who come in, we have, stay because they're enjoying the experience. They get so much out of the children that they're there to learn from the children as well. Does that answer your question?
That answers my question.
Excellent.
So you're very good at drawing people into this kind of modality. How do you handle resistance when you use it with clients, be it children or adults?
Be it children or adults. Okay, that's broad. We do it differently with every population. We do.
So then how about adults with mental illness?
Okay, all right. People, believe it or not, by the time, like people with mental illness, by the time they get to the psychiatric hospital, they're a lot of them. Some of them are not, but a lot of them are willing to do anything because they just they just tried to kill themselves. I mean, they're pretty humble at that point, and they want to get better. The people that want to get better, it's not hard. In fact, they're almost more open to something like this than people who are typical people who've got all their resistance up. People with mental illness, it's almost easier to do this type of thing than it is to do with just a typical person that I have found, especially like for people who are very depressed. They want to do something that's fun. They're miserable. They're miserable in their lives. They're miserable in their hearts. They're miserable with their families. They want to kill themselves. They're completely hopeless. And when they actually say, wow, this is something that's fun to do, I tell them it's fun. I'm like, this is fun. And they've listened to so many different therapy sessions, regurgitating, as I was saying, regurgitating the same stuff over and over and over again and not getting the help that they need, that when they actually do music therapy, they're kind of motivated and excited, not realizing how effective it's going to be. And then once they realize they're getting the coping skills that they need, or the cognitive therapy, or whatever it is, the solution-focused therapy, the object relations therapy that they need, then they're really excited to come because they're realizing they're getting both. They're getting the therapy and they're getting the music at the same time. So they're very raw, and they just need energy. A lot of them are depressed. They need some energy to pick them up. They need a place that they can just sing out loud and be whoever they want because they've been so constricted in their lives in so many different ways, which is what caused a lot of their depression. So and then there's some people who will just sit there. I'm thinking about the groups, I'm thinking about a lot of the different patients, and they just are there to listen, and then every so often they'll start to sing. Nobody has to sing. Did I force any of you guys to sing? Nobody has to sing, but they're there for the music, and they're listening to the music, and then they get the therapy out of it. So I guess to answer your question, what we would do is tell everybody, sing if you want to, don't sing if you don't want to, give whatever you can, tap your foot, shake your hand, clap your hands, that type of thing for adults. And most people will say, okay, I can tap my foot, I can clap my hands. And then suddenly, after they realize that everybody's having a lot of fun, maybe they won't sing the first time, maybe they won't sing the second time, but generally they will come there and sometimes even hum if they don't really feel like singing. But generally, with my therapy sessions, almost everybody would participate because nobody was forced to do anything. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? So, and with children, singing is not an issue. Children sing. They're used to singing. Wheels on the bus go around. The best way to do it with kids is to give them familiar songs. That's the easiest way to connect to these kids, is give them familiar songs and give them an instrument to play with familiar songs. That's the way to get to them. And then you change the familiar songs into something different that's going to be useful to sustain their attention, to have them interact with their peers, to help them behave better, to help them sustain, to contain them in a certain way, depending on whatever the child's needs are.
What about a child that's nonverbal? How would you get them to sing?
Good question. They don't, well, first of all, almost all of my children who are nonverbal do sing. Okay? The idea that children were not, I have a child right now at Heart Song who is nonverbal, not totally nonverbal. This is singing. I can't tell you how many times that we have seen children do this. Ah. And then by the end of the year, they go, ah. And we're all like, wow. So, you know, and then there's a lot of children who have small, teeny voices, but they move their lips. You know, as music therapists, we work a lot with these children doing speech therapy, and they have all of these muscle things that happen to speech therapists do with them, and we get them to sing, and all the speech therapists are like, oh my God, how come they're doing that? Why? Because they're motivated and they want to do it. I have one child right now that sings constantly, and she has no voice. I love you. I mean, and she's singing constantly. Does that make sense? It's so beautiful. You have no idea. I had one boy who was sitting in a bed. He was like a wheelchair bed. He couldn't even get into a normal sitting position like this. So his singing was this. Watch. Watch. Every time I sang a note, he would just move his eyes. That was it. He would move his eyes to the left. And that meant he was singing. And everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. And then one day, this was a whole year of this. And then one day, this is a boy who couldn't move anything, you know? And then one day, he added the moving of his left eye to raising his right pinky. And I'm telling you, all of us cried. We were all crying. So they sing, they hear, they feel, they express, they just do it in a different way than we're used to. So us as therapists have to be really attuned to what it is that they're giving to us. And we have to be able to say, you're giving us all you got, and that's amazing, whatever it is. One of the reasons I believe that when I was working in the psychiatric hospital, I do a lot of therapy, a ton of therapy. Not just music therapy, but verbal therapy, traditional therapies. I do a ton of therapy. And I am a huge music therapy lover because I truly believe, in my heart of hearts, after doing this now for over 15 years, that music therapy is motivating, it is exciting, people generally want to do it, it is effective, it reaches the heart faster, it reaches the body faster, it reaches the mind faster than a lot of these other traditional verbal therapies, and people change. Their moods change, their minds change, their feelings change after they come out of music therapy session, which is why I'm standing here. If I didn't think that this was an effective type of therapy, I wouldn't be standing here wasting my time trying to help you use it in your fields or whatever it is that you're doing in your life. You don't have to be a therapist to do this. You can be anything. You can be a head of a bank and, start a meeting with, Dave! Just kidding. See how far you get. I mean, they have all of these companies. I know that Louise goes to a lot of corporations doing different types of workshops with people to help them get out of their skin. She knows how to do this because she's been a creative arts therapist for many years. It works. It works. For people who can sing, for people who think they can't sing, for all these other types of things. Did you guys have fun? Yeah. See, and all of you are like, what's going on? Okay. Any other questions, or is this the last one, Louise? Or
Can you sing another song?
Can you please?
huh?
Can you sing another short song? You have such a beautiful voice.
Oh, I don't know. We have to ask Louise. I don't know if we have time. Only if you guys can help me. All right, I wanted to sing this All Right song with you guys, so I'll sing it with you guys, okay? It's all right.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
'Cause I love you. Night and day. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Allegra might be coming back in the winter. We're going to have an interim session, a 4-day intensive course on healing with the voice in music therapy. So look out for in the fall bulletin. There should be the interim courses, and come and study for 4-day intensive. And
Yeah.
you'll never be the same.